Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to Kel on Earth. I'm back. Had to take the week off. This week actually, but technically last week because editing the episode with Minnie was hell, and as you can see, it definitely happened. I like the episode itself, and please watch it if you haven't watched it, because I'm not kidding. It took me over 20 hours to edit it, because there were genuinely so many resources out there that I have since learned about that I could have used, but I didn't. And that's the bottom line. So, wait, I should probably close my window because I have it open and it's really loud outside. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I was really stupid about the way that I edited that episode, but it was so good and it was fun to make, and I just want people to watch it. So please do. This week, wait, I'm scared, guys. Last week I have PTSD. Okay, we're good. This week I'm doing just a very chilled catch up. I've been writing some notes over the week, mostly about media, and shit like that. So I'm just doing a little bit of yapping. I don't really have something I'm gonna be doing or playing or anything this episode, but it's just a chill vibe. You can listen to it in the background. Probably nothing crazy happening. So let's get into it. First note I have. Okay. First note I have is The Greatest by Billie Eilish. I'm kind of just stating the obvious, but yeah, I feel like that song is probably the best song ever. I think sometimes I forget what that song actually is, because obviously there's such a build up and the end is crazy. Her whole album is insane, and I feel like so many of the songs they start one way and then end completely different, so then I'll forget what the entire song actually is. When you hear the first few seconds of it, you're oh, okay, it's this song, but then you forget oh shit, there's this whole other half of the song that's insane or so different. The whole song is amazing, but I just forget that the end is the gospel. So that song's amazing. My laundry's gonna be done in 1 minute and 35 seconds, so. Okay. Also wanted to talk about, I saw the movie Regretting You. I think it was last week. So I had no idea what this movie was. Yeah, I didn't know it was based on a book, didn't know it was Colleen Hoover. So basically I watched the whole movie, and then at the end it was whatever adaptation of the Colleen Hoover Forgetting You, and then I was got it, or Regretting You, whatever it's called. Cause now I'm remembering that was a book that people were reading. But anyway, I didn't know that going into it or until after. I think it was the toughest watch of my entire life. I cannot think of something else that was harder to watch than that. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But it was just the toughest watch. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about it. I was in the theater by myself, looking around what? What is this about? It was, yeah. Colleen Hoover, she's definitely She definitely has some ideas. I can't imagine coming up with storylines that she does, but it was a tough watch. I like don't know what else to say. I don't even know what I would rate it. I feel like whatever. I'm going to get into another movie that I saw, but that movie was really tough. Let me know if you've seen it. I would probably recommend not going. It's hard to say because I feel like some people really do like Colleen Hoover stuff. I saw, oh God, what was it even called? The one with Blake Lively. I forget what it was even called. I saw that. I never read the book. I've never read anything by Colleen Hoover. I saw that. I feel like because of, well, I actually normally I like cringe stuff. I like Dash and Lily, like as many of you know, like I'm just that type of girl. But I have to draw the line somewhere. I forget what that was called. Oh God, I don't know. Whatever, I saw that. It was obviously like a tough watch, but I feel like maybe I don't know. I knew it was Colleen Hoover before going into it, so I wasn't as like shocked by it when I was watching it. Maybe I still was, but also I feel like that storyline was bad, but like more realistic than regretting you? I keep saying yeah, than regretting you was. Like that was just like I was like very uninterested in the storyline of regretting you. But anyway, yeah, wouldn't probably recommend, but I did see it. And we'll leave it at that. Next, I also saw Black Phone 2, which was pretty good. I do like horror movies. I go through phases. I go through phases where I'm like on and off with them because I sometimes get like super anxious and don't sleep, etc. But I was in the mood for a horror movie, and me and Sky watched the first Black Phone, like, in my room, I think. Like, I forget what it's on, but we just, like, watched it on my TV, and it was actually really scary, and then they started, like, rolling out that they were gonna do 2, so we've been waiting for it for a while. It was good, but I will actually say I don't necessarily think it was, like, what I wanted. I don't really know what I did want, but it was still good. I did feel like the storyline was a little, like, repetitive, not of the first movie, because I don't even really remember the first movie. Like, there was so many storylines that obviously, like, connect to the first movie that Sky was like, don't you remember, like, all of these things? And I was like, no. So maybe that's why my experience with the second movie wasn't, like, as good as I wanted it to be. It wasn't bad at all. Like, it really was not bad. And I maybe would actually even see it again just to, like, get the, like, I don't know, just to get all of the details again. But I think because I forgot so much of the plot from the first movie that there were just a lot of things that I was like, oh, I don't remember. Like, I needed more, like, of, like, a flashback or just kind of, like, someone to, like, mention, like, oh, wait, who was that person again? Or, like, what happened? Like, I forgot. And I just felt like the storyline, they, like, kind of just kept going over the same events again and again, which I was kind of like, okay. I kind of like more of, like, I don't know. I like a story that's more, like, that just, like, flows a little better, like, start to finish. And I guess this story, what they did with the second one was, like, flashed it back to the main characters. Like, there's, oh my god, I don't want to give away anything, but basically the second movie did a lot more, like, it was basically like kind of a prequel, I guess. It wasn't a prequel because it wasn't about what happened. Ugh, I'm the worst. It's not a prequel because it takes place after the initial movie, but they flash back a lot to, like, things that happened before the first movie, like, way back. And I guess that's fine, but I don't know. I just found like it didn't flow like the best, and it felt like I needed a little more depth, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to like explain without spoiling, but it was good. Like it's definitely worth to watch, and I think I would give it, even though my ranking system has no meaning to me because I don't know. I don't know what a 5 would be for me. Probably like the Hannah Montana movie. But out of 5, I would probably give it like a 3.5, maybe like a 3. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Because I'm like, is that really bad? I don't think the movie was bad. But it definitely didn't change my life in any way. But I also think for me, like, and if we're talking generally about movies and like what I love, I really want a movie to like change my life and my perspective about the world. And I don't think like a horror movie is going to do that for you. Maybe if it has like, if it's more about the like emotional side of the story. And this definitely was emotional, but it wasn't like nothing I've ever seen before. So I don't even know what I'm saying, but like I just think because I guess okay, in terms of horror movie scale, I would probably rank it. Oh God, I don't even know because I feel like there's only a few like franchises that I've seen and not even like the whole franchise. And as we know, like I literally have memory loss. I really need to get into what the fuck is it called where you rank the movies? I have it on my phone finally, but I never do it. Letterboxd. I really need to do that because I want to remember the movies I watch because I know there's been movies that I've watched that I'm like, oh my God, I love this, and I have no clue what they are. So that sucks. Anyway, for a horror movie, I guess I would probably still rank it like a 3.5 out of 5 because it's definitely worth the watch. Like, it's good. I think they call him the Grabber, which like me and Sky have like had Socratic seminars about because it's like doesn't really make any sense. I just feel like that name just like doesn't, like, I guess it's like, yeah, sure he is, but that's so like, ugh, the Grabber, who cares? Like, it needs to be a little better, but he's very creepy for sure. And the way that it's filmed is really cool. I don't know, I was just a little bit like, okay, but it was fine. It was worth the watch. Yeah. Okay, now we can talk a little bit about Halloween. What happened? What did I do? So, Halloween. I think I already said, I feel like my Halloween started like 2 weeks ago because I was Glinda for a party. So, that was fun. I kind of already went over that though. So, Glinda was my first costume. And then Thursday night is when I went to see Black Phone. So I did that Thursday night after my class, and then Friday, I genuinely edited me and Sky's podcast, which, by the way, I had already dedicated probably like 10 hours plus editing. I started editing that episode at like 8:30 a.m. and then finished editing at like 4:30 p.m. Like straight, did not stop on Friday, which sucked because that was my only day off. Ugh. But like me, like I didn't like do this to myself. Like I fully like set up this whole thing and now I have to do it, which I do like doing it. That's why I like prioritize it over everything else. But I think I just genuinely thought that I would like somehow be able to magically get it done faster than that, which is why I said the episode would be up at 3 p.m. And it wasn't. But anyway, that's what I did on Friday. But then at night, I was Charlie XCX, which was cute. That was like very last minute because, well, I didn't initially plan to do that, but then me and Sky were going to this club, and I was like, I'm not going to get into a club with my original costume that I ended up wearing on Saturday, but because it was just very, like, my costume had like jeans and like sneakers. So I was Charlie XCX. It was cute. I love being Charlie. I'll probably be here again next year too. Now it's like a tradition. Like, why not? And like as my budget goes up, it will just get like more realistic. But I was Charlie, and we decided to have a few mocktails. It was freezing cold. I don't even like clubs or really go to them, but I just like wanted to do something fun, and I was kind of like, hey, someone else playing Halloween. Um and I have heard people talk about this club, so I wanted to go. But we went, waited in line for 2 hours. It was freezing cold, and we finally got in. First thing we did was go to the bathroom because we both had to pee really bad. I was gagged when I saw the bathroom because I was like, why is it so nice? Maybe I'll insert like a video or a picture. I don't know how good they are, but I just stood in the bathroom for like 10 minutes and like went like spun around and took videos of it because I was like, wait, this is really cool. That's literally all we did. We walked out into the club, and it was like crowd crush. Like, I was genuinely scared. And I do think the fact that I was a little tipsy was helpful, because if I wasn't, I probably would have had a full panic attack, which is maybe like, but it's just true. It was like like I was genuinely like shoved up against the wall, like people like I couldn't like it was insane. Like, you could not move. I could not see anything. There was just row of people against the wall. We were like in the hallway just trying to get into the club, but it was just people like smoshing into each other, not even like with like a music, like just trying to like leave but also enter, and it was just chaos. And obviously people were drunk and they were starting to shove each other, and every time you would like look around and see someone, they were just like their face looked like scared, and we were like, let's just go. Because like even if you got into like the dance floor, it was like the same, like people were like leave, like it's really bad. And yeah, we almost got caught into another room. It was just bad. It was genuine, like it was genuinely scary. I used to be like so scared of big crowds, and I feel like I've worked on that a lot since moving here, because it's just like something you have to get used to, and I'm really not anymore. Like, obviously it's like, yeah, you have to be cautious, but like before, I like would not go places if there was gonna be like a big crowd, unless it was Harry. Like, I would risk my life for him. But yeah, it was dark. We were genuinely in there for maybe 5 minutes total, and we waited for 2 hours. So we left, and then we got food and went home, and that was Halloween night. But honestly, like, it was still fun. Like, we just like waited in line and talked for 2 hours. It was just not the vibe, but I feel like after that, like, I had work the next day, and like it was already, we didn't get home until late. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't go to bed until like 3. I don't know. But after that, I just was like, we were gonna go somewhere else, and then I think we were like, oh, we went to this other bar really quick, and then I just looked in, and there was like literally like 2 like men just like sitting in there, and I was like, well, no. Because I think at that point it was like 2 a.m. already. So I feel like people were mostly doing clubs, and like the bar that we went to was like kind of more casual, so people weren't really in there. Whatever. Saturday I went to work all day. It wasn't fun, but I did it. And then that night we went to a bar that we like, and it was fun. Me and Sky were Twitches. Insert photo here. I'm like pretending like I'm not filming right now. Like, I don't know why I'm like sitting like this talking. Like, okay. Whatever. We went to this bar that we like. It was fun. We were Twitches. I just love it there. We always go there, not in like a bad way. I actually haven't even been there in probably almost like 2 months. I've just been so busy. But we always go there. Like, if we're gonna go out, we'll probably go there, because it's just such a cute vibe. And it's very like, I don't know, it's just fun, and the people in there are just like nice, and it's not like weird and gross. Like, they play good music. It's a really cute vibe. All of the staff and stuff is like super sweet. And it was just the girlies that night. It was like me, Sky's roommate, Grace, one of her friends, and then Sky's other friend from study abroad. And we had so much fun. It was fun. We played the ID game, which is like Grace's specialty. Basically, just like most likely to, or like who would be this, blah, blah. And then you like rank everybody in the group. That's the gist. And then like everybody else in the group has to like guess how you ranked. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the rules of the game are. But we played that and it was really fun. And we just like hung out. And then we took some pictures after. And we were gonna go to karaoke. Oh my god. And honestly, it was a blessing that we didn't, but I'll explain. So I went to this karaoke bar like probably 2 years ago. It was not a bar, just like karaoke place. No, maybe like a year. I don't know. I've been there before, and it was like really cheap. It was like $10 a person. So I was like, okay, let's just go there. Like whatever, it's not that expensive, and like we just want to do karaoke. So we go, but I definitely took us to the wrong place because they gave us I don't even know, you had to like choose what you wanted to do and tell me why it was $400. So yeah, we left because I was like, well, no. And also we just needed to go home at that point. I did want to do karaoke, but it was just late. And I feel like that's something that we need to plan ahead of time. But it's just like, it's fun to just like do karaoke whenever you're like, let's do karaoke right now. So yeah, that was fun. That was Saturday night. And then Sunday, we were supposed to do something again, but I had so much work that I needed to do. So I just did work. Well, I think I also had work that day. And then I had a lot of work that I had to get done that was like due that night. So that was the Sunday vibe. But yeah, it was fine. And also wanted to note that my phone addiction has been really intense. I lost all my privileges last week to social media because I just go through phases where like I live inside my phone. So last week I forced myself to be off of social media, including YouTube, which I've never, ever done before. I do take social media breaks like here and there for like maybe like a week. But YouTube, like I never take that away. But then I was like, maybe I need to also be off YouTube because that kind of is social media. I feel like it's not as bad for me because it's not like this like doom cycle. It's more just like long form, like kind of like chilled videos. And I honestly watch like mostly podcasts at this point. I watch like a few vlogs, but mostly podcasts. But I still was like, I feel like I just need to take a break from like hearing people's opinions and hearing about their lives, just because it's like not normal to just be like consuming a constant stream of other people's opinions and other people's lives. It's like sometimes you just need to take a break and just like be in your own life. So I was off of social media last week. I'm back. I knew I was going to get back on for the weekend for Halloween because obviously I had to post 400 times a day. But I need to get back off now. It's just so hard to get me to claw me. What is it? What is it? Like on whatever. It's hard to wow. Whatever. It's hard to rip me away from social media once I'm back. But I need to leave again because I just like have work to do and I won't do it if I'm on my phone. And also I always notice that when I'm not on my phone, one app I do still have is Pinterest, but I'm like, sorry, like Pinterest is not me consuming, it's consuming content, but it's not me consuming like politics, people's opinions, somebody's life, somebody's vlog, blah blah blah, this sad thing, this good thing. It's just like, this pillow is cute. But I notice like every time I'm off social media and I'm just looking at stuff on Pinterest, it just makes me want to like do crafts. And instead of like coming home at night and like scrolling on my phone, I'm like, why don't I come home and like do a craft? Do a craft. So I need to get off social media again and like spend the time that I'm spending on my phone, because I really don't get a lot of free time throughout the day or throughout the week. But it's like when I do have it, I'm on my phone. So I need to, instead of being on my phone, go do a craft, go outside, something else. That's the vibe. Yet here we are on youtube.com. Okay. Only a few more things. Wanted to go over some of my favorite fall songs, because now that it's November 4th, election day, vote Mom Donnie. I can't vote in New York, but in my heart, I would vote for Mom Donnie. I know everybody would too. Well, my friends that are watching. But yeah, I'm kind of like sick about it. Election days just make me feel sick, but I have a lot of hope, and I'll be interested to see who wins later. It's just like, damn, I really wish I could vote, but I want to keep my vote in Pennsylvania because it's, you know, we're very split in PA, so it's important to keep your vote there. Anyway, it's election day, but what I was gonna say is, now that it's November 4th, I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually feeling really sick about the fact that it's almost like winter, December, the holidays. Oh, I could cry right now. Like, I actually just like got emotional because like this year just flew by. It makes me like, it like breaks my heart. I don't know, it just flew by. Like every single year of my life just goes faster and faster, and I truly feel like we had the holidays, like it feels so recent. And yeah, I have on my schedule for Friday to put up my Christmas decorations, because I kind of am that person that's like, September 1st, I do Halloween. November 1st, I do Christmas. But I feel like almost for like the first time, I'm like, I'm not ready. I feel sad. I really do like winter. I love fall. I do think fall is like my favorite. I like winter, but honestly, the past few years, the holidays have been very hard for me, like emotionally. I was about to talk about my fall playlist, by the way. But I don't know. I don't know why. They've just been really hard for me. I feel like it just brings up a lot of different feelings of like grief and like just feeling like I'm missing out. I think especially since like moving away, it's just like, I don't know. The holidays are just a lot. Like when you go back home to be with everyone, it just feels like this like whirlwind of like, now's my chance to really like spend all this quality time with my family and the people I care about. At the same time, like I feel like naturally holidays just bring up a lot of feelings and like missing people that are no longer there, or missing like childhood or whatever. So yeah, I don't know, it's been rough. So I think that's why I'm like kind of like, oh man, I don't know. It's hard to be like, let's set up the Christmas decorations. But I do love it. And then once I do it, I'm like, okay, this is cute. Like, and I think it is, rather than avoiding it, like I prefer to just like dive into it and enjoy it. And I also try to just like tell myself that I feel like, not to like invalidate, because I do feel like have those feelings, but like I think it's just could be just like a phase. I mean, who knows? I think celebrating holidays as an adult is just different as it was as a kid. So I think that's part of it, but it's also just like right now I'm like a young adult, and it's just kind of like a transition into like, what are these things going to look like for me as an adult? Like, what do the holidays look like? What do I want to do that makes it feel really special to me? I think I just hold on so much to like things feeling special, and I don't like to just be like, just another day. I don't know why. I think I'm just like, it just feels like what's the word? The, like, I don't want to say, like, the scarcity, but it feels like what's it called? Just like the, oh my god, I cannot think of words. Okay, just like the preciousness of, like, life, and the fact that I don't know, it's like I was saying, time goes by so fast, so it feels like those moments in holidays are so precious, and, like, not to be so dark, but, like, they're not going to be there for, like, all of eternity for, us. And so, like, I don't know, I just really care about making them feel special, but it just feels hard when I'm kind of, like, in between right now, like, living here and going home for the holidays, and, like, I don't know. I have all these expectations, and sometimes they're not met, and then there's just certain aspects of holidays that are just difficult for me, so whatever. Basically, I still need to put up my Christmas decorations and just like get into it. I think I also just, because I've been so go 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 go, like, I just feel like I can never process anything. And honestly, I feel like it's still like summer just ended. Like, and it's not. I just haven't processed that. Like, in my head, I'm like, summer just ended, school just started, and I'm like, no, the semester's, like, about to be over. So it's just really hard for me to process that the holidays are actually upon us. And I want them to be good and whatever. I'll talk more about Christmas, etc., probably in the future episodes. But let's get into my fall playlist because I feel like I never really shared it, but I guess it still is fall. I think what I do is kind of like, I do like November erasure, and I think maybe I need to get out of that because it's not Christmas yet. November really is like fall, but to me it just feels like it's the end of fall. I don't know. It still is fall, but I'm going to put up my Christmas stuff because also I go home towards Christmas, so I put it up a little earlier also so, like, I can enjoy it longer before I leave. Anyway, some of my favorite fall songs are obviously We Fell in Love in October. Who sings that? Girl in Red. That song just rocks. That song's like the most fall song ever. And it's great. I've been really liking Steam by Shelly. Okay, so I didn't know that Shelly existed until, like, the end of September. Because I saw Clara twice this summer, and then when I was at All Things Go, she brought out Shelly, but I didn't even know who that was. I didn't even know who they were. But I was like, okay, like, they're cute, like, haha, but I thought they were just her friends. And then, obviously, upon further observation, I now understand that Shelly is a band. And I have heard their songs, I think I just didn't process, like, what it was. Been really liking that song, though, but it also makes me just feel, like, sick to my stomach. I don't know why songs like that just make me feel like, damn. But it's cute, and I like that song. Been listening to it a bit. I feel like Cry Cry by Mazzy Star is such, like, a fall winter song. I love that song. I feel like I've mentioned the fact that it's in Beetlejuice. I don't know if I uploaded that episode, though. So I don't know. But that scene in Beetlejuice is, like, that part of the movie is everything to me. It's very pretty. Oh my god. I'm actually, like, okay. Anyway, let me tap back in. Let me finish this episode. I talk so fucking much. Um, yeah. Cry, cry, and then my last fall song vibe is the entire Practical Magic soundtrack. That is just fall. That's like girl fall. Witch girl fall. I love that soundtrack. And my final note is that I really want to watch the show I Love LA by Rachel Sennett that just came out. Haven't seen it. I think it premiered yesterday or on Sunday. I don't have HBO Max, which sucks because I also really want to watch Caleb Heron's special on there. I used my sister's HBO Max for a long time, but I think they're doing this stupid location thing now, and it's like, how many more subscriptions can I pay for? I really want to watch I Love LA though. So, I don't know. I like have to watch it. I'm definitely at least going to watch it when I go home. But I don't know. That's really all I have to say. This week, very chilled catch-up vibes. It sounds like I said catch-up vibes, but I meant catch, like, you know what I mean. We caught up. Hope you guys are doing well. Comment down below how you're feeling about the fact that it's almost the holidays. Because I'm a little bit scared. But it's going to be magical and it's inevitable. Like, it's going to come. It's going to happen. There's no running from it. It's the holidays. I always find the end of the year a little, like, challenging and scary because it's a big marker of, like, time moving. But it doesn't have to be this big scary thing. It happens every year. It's happened to me, like, 22 times at this point. And it's just actually an opportunity for a new year and new exciting things. And yeah, it's going to be great. It just marks the end of another great year. And maybe I should really take some time, like this month or maybe next month, to like actually go through and like recap my year. Maybe I could even make it an episode. That would be really intense to edit probably, because I'm thinking of like pictures and videos and stuff. But I do think maybe something like that, I could do like a full recap of my year of like all of the good things that happened. I think sometimes like when I'm feeling really anxious or just oh my god, this is the outro. Hey, whatever. Sometimes I just really struggle with feeling like I'm not doing enough, or like I'm not where I want to be yet. I can't look back at this year and say like I've accomplished everything I ever want to accomplish in my life. But that's the point of having life, to do so. And I have accomplished actually so much this year, and done so many things that I never thought I would do. And so for that, I'm very grateful, and I feel like there's so many things that happened this year that I'm probably not even thinking about. So maybe it would be nice to go back and recap all of it and just practice some gratitude. And that's really helpful to be like, you know what? This year was really good. It was, and I can make next year amazing too. I have the power to do that. And also, I love vision board making. I do love vision board making. I usually do it, I try to do it before New Year's. If anything, I'll do it like a few days after. But I love making vision boards. I have mine for this year above my bed right now. I will say as you can probably imagine, tend to put too much pressure on things. So sometimes I like look at it and I'm like, but you know what? But then when I do look at it, I'm like, you know what? There's so many things on there that I have accomplished this year. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be about accomplishments. It can just be about like a vibe, a mindset. And it doesn't have to also be like just for 1 year. It doesn't mean like when December of this year hits and I haven't, whatever. I said I wanted to start a blog. I started a podcast. That's actually like big. I didn't even think about that. Um, I would still like to start a blog. Honestly, the blog thing was more just like for, um, it was kind of just like something that I could put on my portfolio or something. Like, not that like a blog really has to do with my job, but more like about like fashion and stuff. So it could just be like, yay, I like this. But regardless, this is something that I feel really passionate about, like doing online and doing consistently. But you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean that if like December hits and I haven't accomplished everything on here that like I failed. And there are a lot of things on here that I have accomplished, honestly. And sometimes goals and mindsets change. So that's fine too. Yeah. That's all that I have for this week. Thanks for watching. It is November. It's November of 2025. Yeah, it is. But I'm grateful to be here. And I should be back next week. I've been so swamped with work, but I want to do this as much as I can. So I will see you next week. It's Wicked Month. Dancing with the Stars tonight. So we'll have a lot to talk about. Did I watch Dancing with the Stars last? Yeah, it was Halloween. Oh, I didn't talk about it. Oh, honestly, I barely even watched it because I was editing the freaking podcast. I had it on in the background, and to be honest, I didn't really pay attention, so I need to go back. Who got eliminated? Oh, I think I remember who it was. I don't want to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it, but I honestly, yeah, I need to go back and like actually watch the dances because they were pretty much like in the background. But yeah, maybe I'll have a little more to say about Dancing with Stars next week. Hopefully Mom Donnie is mayor by the time you're watching this. He will be. So yeah, yay. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.